A humanoid robot sprints after wild boars. The guy is captured on a security camera walking into a shed and never coming out until a different, older version of him does. Objects start multiplying, water refills itself, and entire backyards change depending on where you're standing. These are more glitches in the simulation caught on camera. Alright, so you may not feel this one belongs in the glitch in the simulation category, but I do. This is weird as hell. When are you ever gonna hear a sentence like this? A video was captured of a robot chasing wild boars in Poland. And no, this apparently isn't AI. Tons of news sites have been reporting on this. Witnesses captured this humanoid robot named Edward running across an open field straight at a group of wild boars. The boars scatter almost immediately. It's weird. I mean, you're watching animals react the way they normally would to a human or a predator, which it isn't. It's this stiff mechanical robot sprinting over them. The robot moves in that slightly unnatural way too, where it's almost human, but it's not quite right. From what was reported, Edward is an experimental robot who's being tested outdoors to see how it handles real environments. I mean, yeah, we're living in the future. This next video comes from Alex Schall, a Florida-based real estate agent who owns an Airbnb property about 5 hours away from where he lives. He was checking in on the place through one of his security cameras one day, and he noticed this random guy wearing a white t-shirt and shorts walking through the front gate of the property. At first, Schall thought the guy was trying to break into the house. Instead, the guy wandered around for a bit and then headed into the backyard and walked straight into a small shed. And he never came back out. Schall actually tried yelling at him through the camera's microphone, but there was no response. The shed door was open, but there was no movement inside. Eventually, he called the police. Officers showed up, they checked the yard, they searched the entire shed, and they found nothing. Somehow, the guy had slipped away without being seen. Alex scrubbed the footage over and over again, and he never saw the dude come out of that shed. And the next day, things got even weirder. He got another alert. When he checked the footage, a man walked out of the shed, but it was a different man this time. This guy looked older, he had white hair, he was wearing completely different clothes. There was no footage of this second guy entering the shed at all, but when Alec compared the two men, he noticed their facial features were oddly similar. Alec's view of this whole situation, he thinks the dude is a time traveler. So this is a weird one. So a mom is in the car with her kids. She hears a kerfuffle in the backseat, so she turns around to see what's going on, and then she starts recording because there's a water bottle kind of floating in the air. Almost looks like the top is attached to the roof, but the bottle is gently spinning. And the kids have no idea what's going on. The mom is like, "What's up? Why is it doing that?" And her son responds saying that he has no idea, that it just started floating.
Can someone please explain the science?
Are you lying, Matthew? Why is it doing that?
I swear on my life, it just floated.
The bottle wasn't by an air vent.
Is there air underneath? What is going on?
The air.
No, the air is not, it's not by the vent.
And it isn't actually attached to the roof.
It's not even attached to the roof.
Yeah.
So, what the hell is going on here? Well, according to this kid,
It's freaking haunted. That's crazy.
it's freaking haunted. Yeah, there could be a logical explanation for this, but other than a hoax, I can't think of one off the top of my head. One thing I will say is that the reactions in the video do seem pretty genuine. From Miss Alm1234, we have a glitch in the Matrix involving a book. So she purchased a novel called The Light of Days for her book club. While organizing her books to put on her new bookshelf, she noticed that she suddenly had a second copy of The Light of Days. Now, that doesn't sound all that crazy. As one commenter pointed out, did you host a book club and somebody left it with you, or you brought it home from the night? The uploader responded saying, no, it was an online book club, so I didn't even know anyone else personally reading it, and it's not my normal read, so I would not have already owned it. So we just saw an item in someone's home doubling. How about a triple? This video comes from TikToker Bubble Tea Please, who experiences something very strange with her Apple Pencil. She has one pencil, and then suddenly there's a second one that she has no memory of buying, and it does not stop there. There's a third. All right, one extra item, I can see you somehow forgetting you bought a second one. Maybe someone came over and left their copy at your place, but two extra items? that you have no recollection of acquiring, that's getting harder to brush off. Aside from this video being staged, of course. Now, Bubble Tea said she always would, laugh at Glitch in the Matrix type videos. She said stuff like this was entertaining, but it never felt real, not until it actually happened to her. And remember, these are Apple Pencils we're talking about here. I mean, they're not cheap. So the chances of buying multiple and forgetting about them is very slim unless you're suffering from some kind of cognitive issue like dementia. And I love the top comment on this video as well. It's always pens, necklaces, press-on nails, but never money. Never. So sadly true. TikTok user Brooks So Basic experienced something that's really stuck with her. She was legitimately unsettled by this.
So what happened was, I bought 2 water bottles like this. I have a little basket, I put both of the water bottles in. They were ice cold, like right out of the fridge. I opened it up and I started chugging it. Put the cap back on, set it back into my stroller.
So far, pretty simple. She buys 2 fresh water bottles, she opens one, starts to chug. So she very clearly drank from one of those bottles before setting it back down in the stroller. This is where things take a strange turn, because just moments later she goes to take another sip of her water, and that's when she notices it's suddenly full again. She thinks maybe she switched the fresh bottle with the open one before, so she goes to grab the other one.
I reached to grab my water and I noticed that it's full still. So I grabbed the other water and I noticed that it's full.
Both were sealed. Both were totally full. Now that is pretty bizarre. Brooke later said that if she'd been alone when this happened, she probably would have brushed it off, but because her family was there to witness it, she felt validated. Everyone saw her chugging from one of those bottles. She tried to come up with some kind of rational explanation for this, but nothing really sat right with her. Since that day, Brooke couldn't stop thinking about stuff like timeline shifts and alternate realities, like maybe she accidentally slipped into a different one. She actually feels like something changed after this too. Everything looks normal, but it doesn't feel normal. She can't really explain it, it's just off, like something's not quite where it should be. Once again, we have a video of someone suddenly finding a duplicate of something, this time with a children's toy. So mom is hanging out with her toddler, playing with one of those toys where it's a bucket with holes of various shapes in the lid that the kid can fit corresponding shapes into. Well, she had to pull out her phone and document it because she noticed there was suddenly an extra green star piece. She could have sworn that there were pairs of each shape, not 3. She asked the internet if they have the same toy and can confirm it, and I can. My son has one of these, and yeah, each shape comes in a pair. She had no idea where it could have come from. According to her, no one had visited the house with the same toys, so where did that extra piece come from? All right, so if we really are living in a simulation, I wonder if whoever or whatever is flying around in this craft is a part of the alien species overseeing it. This video was captured in Volusia County, Florida on August 16th, 2020, and it's pretty bizarre. So it's a beautiful sunny day at the beach. This woman pulls out her phone and starts filming the sky though, because she spots something hovering in the air, and it's not a plane. I know, it looks like a plane so far, but watch what it does. First, it was flying in a straight line, left to right, but then it abruptly zips back in the other direction. At breakneck speed, mind you. I mean, the thing is moving. It doesn't take long for it to zip off out of view. That's what people have commented on the most here. That speed at which it's moving and the abrupt change in direction. What do you think about this one? Share your thoughts down below. And wrapping things up, there's this weird clip from a girl who's convinced something's off about her backyard. The strange part is, it doesn't stay consistent. It literally changes depending on where she's standing. Like it's not the same space twice. So she pushes open the back door and walks outside. Right away, it doesn't match what she just saw from the balcony at all. The whole yard looks different. All that trash that was everywhere before, gone. Now, yeah, maybe it's staged, that's always on the table, but if it's not, then something here doesn't add up. With all that said, I've been your host, and I will catch you, yes, you specifically, in the next one.